Welcome to this gentle morning flow. So, this is a flow that I like to do on the days where I have no time, not a lot of energy, but I just want to get something done and feel like I've stretched and moved my entire body. So, we're going to start in the seated position. You can start in any comfortable cross legged position, one leg in front of the other. We're going to sit tall and we'll just start with a couple of deep breaths here just to settle ourselves. So rest your hands on your legs, take a big breath in through the nose, and exhale, just let it go through the mouth. And again, one big breath in, fill up, and exhale, just sigh it out. Good. We're gonna turn towards the right here. So you can place your left hand on your right knee, and your right hand is gonna come just behind you. Take a breath in, make yourself super tall. And exhale, look over your right shoulder. Just turning your left shoulder towards the right and feeling a nice stretch along the back. And then come back forwards and then switch sides. Right hand to your left leg, left hand behind you, kind of like a second spine here. So you can press it down to make yourself tall and then look over the left shoulder, getting a bit of a neck stretch in the process. And then come back to center. We're going to place your right hand next to your right hip. Reach your left hand up and exhale, lean to the side. If you're on your left side, that's also fine. You don't have to do them in a particular order. Just lengthen the side of the torso here, reaching away from you. Then come back up and switch sides. One hand down, the other arm overhead. Feeling your hips heavy on the floor there. Now let's come back up. And flip onto your hands and knees. We're going to come to a downward facing dog. So we're going to spread the fingers wide. Your hands are roughly under your shoulders, maybe a little bit more forward. Then tuck the toes, lift the knees, and lift your hips up and back. And here you're pressing the floor away, trying to make yourself super long, the upper body super long. So moving your hips away from your hands. Your knees can stay bent, and maybe you like to walk on the spot here. So kind of like pedaling your feet. You're bending one knee at a time and stretching the other leg. Getting a little bit more of a juicy stretch on one leg at a time. Then bring your knees back down and take a big step forward with your right foot. So you're gonna frame this right leg. You can keep your fingertips on the floor there. If it's a bit too much, you can also have your hands on your right leg. So lift your chest up wherever you are and sink your hips down. And then we're going to straighten this right leg. So I like to have my fingertips on the floor there, or if you have gloves, you can also do that. Books, or water bottles, and we're going to move between those two. So sink your hips down and straighten your leg. You can do that with your hands on your right leg as well if you don't have any props. It's just a little bit more of a balance challenge, which is good. Good. We're going to add a bit of arm movement there. So rebend your right knee. Place your left hand on the floor or on your prop. Reach your right arm up. Sink your hips down. And just take some big circles with your right arm. And then in the other direction. Just getting this shoulder moving. Awesome. Let's bring your hands back down and we'll just switch sides. Right knee back, left foot forward. And we'll start with our sinking the hips and then straightening the legs. So the hips are simply moving forward and back. This left leg is straightening and bending. So we get to work both sides at the same time in a bit of a different way. Remember, you can be high here as well. Just waking up the joints of the knee, the ankle, of the hip. And let's add our arm movement. So rebend the knee. Maybe your hand is on the prop there. It can be a big book. And big circles with your left arm. And then the other way. As big as you can. Sweet. And let's bring our hands back down. Your left knee back. And we're going to walk our hands towards our feet. So lift your knees up. Walk, walk, walk back. Turn your toes out and your heels in. And sit back into a squat. So my squat is pretty deep. Your squat can be much higher. That's fine. Just find a place where you can stay. Maybe if you're quite deep, you can move from side to side there if it feels good. There's no right or wrong here. Just try to sink your hips down as much as you can. Your heels don't have to be on the floor, and maybe you prefer to keep your hands on the floor if balance is a bit tricky there. Just working through the hips again. And then we're gonna lift our hips up, turn your feet forward again. Heels are on the floor now. Bend the knees and just ragdoll here. So grab your opposite elbows, let your head be heavy. Maybe you'd like to sway from side to side. I always like to wiggle around and look for the good spots. And we'll just finish with a full body stretch here. So keep your knees bent as you roll your spine all the way up. Reach your arms up. Stretch. Maybe wiggle from side to side one last time. Stretching the sides of the body. Take a big breath in. And exhale, relax your arms down. And you're good to go. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much.